Students will soon have to power down before walking into their schools. Starting in September, cell phones will be banned in classrooms across Ontario. This is a move being made by the provincial government in an effort to limit distractions. But will the so-called ban actually make a difference, or will the impact be minimal? Do you use your cell phone in the classroom?
Yeah.
In what way? Do you use it to talk to your friends, or do you use it for educational purposes?
Oh, talk to my friends, Instagram.
That's what the provincial government is hoping to crack down on.
Ultimately will allow students to focus on learning because, as you know, and I think as many parents know across the province, that there are distractions in the classroom. We have over 50% of kids in math who can't pass their math test, and that's unacceptable.
The Ford government conducted education consultations last year, and while the sex ed curriculum dominated headlines, feedback was also gathered on the cell phone ban, and 97% of respondents favored restrictions in the classroom. What about the argument that curbing the use of technology would place limits on educational opportunities?
When the teacher says that there's a need for a platform for learning, like an online platform, then they'll be allowed to do that.
The Toronto District School Board already follows a similar policy that allows students to use their cell phones if it's part of a lesson. I guess we're just wondering if the ministry's ban on cell phones is actually going to make a difference. It sounds like what the ministry is saying is already happening in classrooms in Toronto.
You know, we'll have to wait and see what the government does announce, but based on the reports we're seeing, it does seem that they recognize that these are valuable tools that can be used for certain lessons. And that's the way we approach it here at the TDSB.
Same deal with the Peel District School Board. Their policy states teachers are responsible for determining when students are able to access board technology or their personally owned devices for educational purposes only. Many years ago, the TDSB outright banned cell phones, but reversed that decision after the birth of the smartphone.
Back then, you're talking and texting on cell phones. Now there are so many different things that you can do, and they really have become an important part of technology, piece of technology that's used in the classroom.
Enforcement of the provincial cell phone ban will be up to individual boards and schools.
Dee, you're up.
Oh, right. I'm Dilshad Burman, writer for CityNews.ca. So, of course, cell phones are quite a distraction, almost like an extension of our hands for some of us, yours truly included. But they can also be a powerful tool, whether it's for our reporters out in the field or for students in school as a learning aid. And we've received a whole lot of reaction from our viewers about the province's proposed cell phone ban in classrooms from both sides of the debate. So Alex is all for the ban and says way too many people use them during classes. It's a distraction not only to themselves but other students, and is rude to the teacher as well. But Chelsea argues that a cell phone can be used successfully for instructional purposes. The mandate should be that cells cannot be used without educational purpose. Banning new technology is never the way to go. It's our responsibility to ensure that students learn how to be safe digital citizens. Now, Christina agrees, saying a cell phone ban isn't useful, but rather suggests a thoughtful approach to teaching young people when and how to use them appropriately. We shouldn't be banning behavior out of anyone, but rather guiding and teaching self-control. But Rowan is having none of it. He thinks it's not just schools that should ban phones, saying cell phones should be banned anywhere you're expected to pay attention to the person in front of you, regardless of age. Family dinners, school, date night, and team activities that don't require Googling anything. So clearly there's no real consensus to be had on this, but it has sparked a very healthy debate on our social pages. So you can continue to weigh in with your opinion on our Facebook and Twitter accounts. But if you're more of a yes or no person, we've also got a poll up for you to participate in the discussion. You can find all of that on our website, citynews.ca.